Hey, what's going on everyone? My name is Destructions. Thanks for stopping by, and welcome to another Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 gameplay commentary. It's been about 2 months since I've done one of these videos, so today I'm going to fill you guys in on what has happened since the last time I did one of these videos. With Course 5 out of the way, and the first block of second year of med school out of the way, I have a little bit of time on my hands to work on videos for you guys. This particular week is fall break, so I just wanted to get this out of the way. In the background are 7 Moab streaks. The first one's going to be a 17 versus my man Gaza, and he spawned right next to me. The second one's going to be an 18 on Dome, and I get sandwiched between 2 guys. The third one's going to be an 18 on Lockdown. The fourth one's going to be an 18 on Resistance. The fifth one's going to be a 19 on Resistance with the G36C. The sixth one's going to be a 22 on Terminal. And the seventh one is going to be another 22 on Terminal. A warning before getting into the video, I have a lot to say about school, and I just felt a lot of things, experienced a lot of things that I felt like I really needed to share, so strap in. So the first block of second year of med school is over, and to be honest, I didn't enjoy it. It was called Infection and Immunity. It covered immunology, microbiology, hematology oncology, and gastrointestinal systems, and there was a lot of pharmacology. They basically hazed us for the first block, which is the first 3 weeks. We had 60 lectures. I thought the first test during my first year was a big adjustment. Well, boy was I wrong. Let me tell you why. We covered all the bacteria, viruses, and fungi in like a week, and all the drugs to treat them and the side effects of those drugs during the next week. It was just way too much rote memorization. Now, I'm decent at memorization, but this is just drinking from the fire hose. For me, I had to watch a lot of sketchy and do insane amounts of on-king cards. Now, for those of you not in med school, sketchy is an outside resource that is really good for microbiology, pharmacology, and some pathology. On-king is a special deck for Anki that covers USMLE Step 1 and Step 2 materials. Most school days, I was adding about 300 new cards for On-king, and that's a lot. And I regularly hit 1,700 plus cards a day. And some days I was hitting 2,000 or so. I just didn't have much time to do anything else other than study. During the second weekend of this course, I also went to an emergency medicine convention where I presented my summer project. That was really fun, but it tired me and put me behind in my studies. I'll talk a little bit more about this later in this video. Now, for the second block, all of the current third year students warned me about the second test, the hem-onc test. They said they absolutely hated it, and it was their worst grade of all of second year. But ironically, I did better than this test than on the first test. And then the geniuses that designed this course decided to cram gastrointestinal pathology into less than a week and a half. So basically the entire September, I was super stressed until now when I'm making this video. During this course, I realized that most medical schools' preclinical curriculums are not taught by MDs, but by science PhDs. Now, PhDs are full-time researchers / professors who run labs. Their research is all about pathways, mechanisms, and basically being the expert of their own little corner of science. You know, about the one virus, about one gene, one protein, one pathway, etc. Now, on the contrary, MDs really care about pathology, etiology, diagnosis, and treatment. And they don't really care that much about pathways. And therein lies the conflict. What really got to me about this course was that the tests were extremely anal about details that physicians wouldn't really care about, but only PhDs would masturbate over. They love to ask questions about pathways and mechanisms that we, as future MDs, don't give a rat's ass about. Now, I did better in my first year than so far in second year, because during my first year, my classmates and I all study from in-house materials. So basically, I and a lot of my classmates stuck to the lectures a lot, which meant I was memorizing all these pathways, all these little nitty-gritties that the professors talked about in class. However, the shift in second year was that our biggest priority is not to excel in class, but to excel on the USMLE Step 1 exam. As you know, USMLE Step 1 exam is basically the most important test for the preclinical, the first 2 years of a budding physician's career. And my experience with seeing M2s, previous M2s studying for Step 1, is that our curriculum does not prepare us well for Step 1. Step 1 has a lot of stuff that we don't cover in class, and a lot of times Step 1 does not go into the depth that we do in class. And therefore, there's very little overlap, and our time and resources as medical students are limited. So logically, given the choice of studying between lectures and Step 1, most people nowadays logically choose to study for Step 1. And therefore, I got wrecked on a lot of PhD-style details that do nothing but drag down the grades of me and my classmates, and also increase our stress. I ran about this topic because I personally have lived it almost every day during this course, and I know that it's not sustainable for me and my classmates. We can't be chasing after little details and also try to accomplish the things that we want to accomplish. So I'm thinking for the next block, from October to early December, I want to modify my approach. I want to learn everything rather quickly, and then just for a week, just do problems as practice. Obviously, I haven't really had experience with the future courses, so we'll see how well that plays out. But I'm confident that this will work better than what I'm going through right now. But amidst all of these difficulties that I faced, I want to say that second year is definitely more interesting and more stimulating than first year. The biggest difference now is that we don't have any anatomy lab. We covered all of anatomy during first year, and we're just learning lectures now. I feel like for second year, my brain is really starting to solve problems, think of diagnoses, and think of treatments, which is really what I came to medical school to do. I've also really enjoyed being a kind of a mentor to some people, especially the first years. Passing my knowledge and my experience down to them has been really nice, and I really feel like I'm, helpful to somebody. I'm also starting to interview people for our MD program, and that's very nice to me because I've always wanted to see how the interviews go and what medical schools, especially ours, look for in the interview process. I personally wasn't exactly very good at interviews when I was interviewing for med schools and, undergrad and whatnot. So I felt like this was a really good opportunity for me to learn more. And on top of that, I want to enjoy the last couple of months that I have in Tampa. I'm going to have to move up to Allentown, Pennsylvania in about, 6 to 7 months. So if you really think about it, that's not too much time left. So I definitely, for the next couple of weeks, next couple of months, I want to make it a priority to get out and to see more of Tampa before, I can't anymore. Also, during these 2 months, I had the unique opportunity to attend the Symposium by the Sea, hosted by the Florida College of Emergency Physicians. This was in Bonita Springs, Florida, and it was, I believe, early August. I personally viewed it as a road trip and a networking opportunity. This is where I presented my summer project, and finally my mentor, who I've been working with over the summer, and made a lot of new friends. Now, I did go to my mentor's sponsored lunch by, I think, Janssen, which is Johnson & Johnson. And I quickly saw how the pharmaceutical industry and the medical technology industry basically wine and dine physicians. And the reason is that lunch was sumptuous, and I almost ended up with a food coma. I made sure that I didn't eat too much because I needed to present a couple hours after that lunch. So, it was so good. It was just very memorable. I also love driving my car. So this particular road trip was a good way to bond with my car, put some miles on it, and just put some smiles on my face in general. It was about 2.5 hours there and about 2.5 hours back. Bonita Springs, Florida is a great place, and I personally would love the opportunity to visit it again. Now it's time to talk about my YouTube. At the beginning of this course, which was late July, I started a Modern Warfare 3 gameplay Let's Play project, which ran from every Tuesday morning at 7 a.m. Eastern. I really enjoy this project, so I'm thinking about branching out to other games in the future. And I realized that with the extra course load on myself, I posted mainly on Tuesdays and Fridays. There were many weeks during which I didn't have time to edit videos, which is such a shame because editing videos is my hobby and a way for me to decompress after long school days. For fall break, I'm really hoping to work on some videos over this week to upload to YouTube over the next 2 months or so. I'm also coming up with some ideas for commentaries like this one, and I really want to aim for one per month, so I will start writing topics for commentaries in the next few weeks. If there's anything that you want me to talk about, leave it down in the comment section below, and I'll see how much I can talk about it. Alright, that's it for today's commentary. I hope you enjoyed, I hope you learned something new, and thank you so much for tuning in. If you did like this video, don't forget to like this video, share with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you on the next one.
What the hell was this?
Alpha secure.
Yeah, I know. I knew he was...
Bravo secure.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Bonus achieved. Securing Charlie. Lost B.
Good. I gotta start, dude.
Securing all. Hold your positions. You lost Alpha.
I can get it. I really hope I can get it, but...
Securing Alpha. Heads up. Enemy UAV spotted. Advanced UAV online. Escort airdrop on the way. All positions locked down. Hold your position.
GG's. I don't know what I was on.